Firestorm 4 there to your right of your picture, the little yellow wedge. She did 3 for this competition already. We're seeing CEDRIC Slammer involved and almost turned turtle by Firestorm 4 and the flipper. And indeed, thrust up and over there, CEDRIC Slammer, a machine that uses a self-righting mechanism. We call them streamex in Robot Wars, if you're unaccustomed to that phrase. But at the moment, looks very sluggish. And were the wheels turning? If they're immobilised for more than 30 seconds, they are out. The judges will decide. It seems to me that Firestorm 4 certainly has put paid to CEDRIC Slammer. Yeah, the weapon wheel, the vertical spinning heavy-bladed wheel is turning, but the refbot and the judges are looking. There's Personal Sharky in the middle there. Looked a bit quizzical, didn't he? But the pit release button has been activated by COLOSSUS. Oh, and now they're flipped up into the CPZ by Firestorm. Firestorm looking pretty impressive so far. Now they've got off the megahertz. This is very good driving by Graham Bone. Very aggressive. And look at COLOSSUS having released the pit button. Oh, and Sergeant Bash nearly into the pit. Then COLOSSUS left themselves open for attack by Firestorm, and they've not recovered. The judges look on. I think they'll count COLOSSUS out because they've been in the CPZ too long, having virtually driven themselves in there. I know they're twitching, but for me, they're out. Oh, megahertz meanwhile, on the verge of the pit, Firestorm pushes them into what would normally be a bit of gloom, doom and despondency. I'm not too sure. I think megahertz might be allowed to carry on. For me, this machine, COLOSSUS and CEDRIC Slammer there, have already gone in this heat. What do I know? Certainly Craig's going to have to help me out here, and the judges. Oh, that's all we need. Firestorm have now got it. Mayhem, absolute mayhem. It was at this stage where Firestorm 4 crumbled in the last series, only to fight in the playoff and finish 3rd. Can they go one step further, Graham Bone? Hazel Heslop, they have their dreams. They also have Tornado dogged in pursuit already. And this is what Tornado is all about. It is a frightening little nagger, an irritant. It simply pursues and pursues, but the pursuer turns into the pursued there as the axe came down of shunt momentarily, and Firestorm gets in underneath Tornado's 2.5 centimetre ground clearance. A lot of chasing going on there. It's cat and mouse. Tornado activates the pit. Down it goes. Firestorm very close. They're concentrating so hard out there. Tornado gets in behind Firestorm. That could have been so telling because the pit was yawning open for a mighty push. Firestorm up over Tornado, and Tornado now can push and shove. Ill-advised by Graham Bone, left itself open to the pushability factor of Tornado, which takes terrific damage there from Shunt. It's cleaved open a crevasse-like slice at the top there, you can see. Now Firestorm drives Tornado into a CPZ. Home of the house robots, they're chasing each other's tails around there. Firestorm takes damage. What a battle this is. Very even. Firestorm away, head-to-head. Tornado up and over. Brilliance from Firestorm. Tornado, Infertable can run either way up over the top of Firestorm. This is terrific stuff. One of the best fights we've seen in Robot Wars: The Sick War. Firestorm gives chase, only for Tornado to turn and get in underneath again. Tornado wanted that to happen. Come into my pile, I sent the spider to the fly. And Firestorm did just that. Tornado slams Firestorm against the arena wall. Back comes the number 3C to have another dig. Still that pit yawns open. Right at the top of your picture there, you see Firestorm right on the edge of Tornado. Tornado can push and shove. Almost there, almost there. Both of them teetering on the edge of oblivion. Who's going to go down? Oh, Firestorm somehow got themselves out of trouble, but no longer. And Firestorm crash again, and it's Tornado through. Oh, once again, they'll have to play off for 3rd place.
Two.
question, I think, for this heat final, which robot has sustained the most damage so far? Which robot is really competing at the most capability? Well, Shredder is nudged by S3. Don't forget, the winners of this go through to the series semi-finals. The lineup for that already having a delicious and interesting look. Now, Shredder, tentatively against S3. S3 spinning away to draw Shredder onto that arena sidewall. There you see the arena central spinner. Get pushed on that, the centrifugal force will thrust you away across the arena. But Shredder seems to be holding its own, and in comes S3's blade. What damage did it carve there out of the side of Shredder? S3 with the 750 watt driven blade. Shredder seems to have been dented and sliced on one side, I think, and certainly the weaponry has been buckled again. It has never been effective, has it? Not really. They needed both discs to spin in counteracting style with the cutting teeth. It has never worked. S3 with a slam. They're on top here. How long can Shredder hold on? Look at the damage caused. S3 burst into Robot Wars history in Series 5 and reached the semi-finals. They defeated Stinger in their heat. They lost to Razer in the semis. This is a good machine, S3. And boy, Shredder knows that right now. Buckled and dented, smashed. Oh, again, flicked up. It just looks like such a delicate flick, doesn't it? But that weapon is incredibly destructive. It also acts as a stream mech, by the way. Over goes Shredder. Look at this for an attack. They're caught. The Shredder tape reel, if you like to call the weapon that, perfectly. And I think that is just about that. We haven't used this phrase before in this series of Robot Wars. Shredder RIP. Shredder rust in pieces. And the ref bot comes in for the final count. A count of deliverance, a count of mercy, a count of doom for the Shredder team. S3 worthy winners. They'll go through to the series semi-finals. And now we wait to see what happens to what is left of Shredder, because Sir Chromalot is there, Shunt is there, they're on the flame pit. But before they can burn themselves into cinders, Sir Chromalot once more with his little plaything, and Sir Chromalot does his favourite dance. He's trying to learn how to break dance. Matilda's teaching him in the pits. It's interesting to watch, especially when Craig takes part, and Sir Chromalot is also doing its own dance of very near total humiliation. They very nearly went down the pit. I don't think Sir Chromalot would have fitted into that pit. Shredder long gone and coming back for more. S3 had done the damage in systematic, controlled, very positive, very professional ways, and Shredder finally pitted, and that's the end of that.
Cease. 1, activate.
So here we are, first of our four-way melees in this heat. And immediately, a little bit slowly into the action goes Infernal Contraption there in the middle. 259 looks potentially very, very destructive. Infernal Contraption and Infinity do a little bit of battle, and Infinity is already bent and buckled. Also doing good work out there is Aggrobot 3, very experienced. Once beat Razer, I seem to remember, in Robot Wars 3. Aggrobot trying to get in underneath Infernal Contraption. Low ground clearance Infernal Contraption. Infinity has pressed the pit release button. Well, it needs some sort of merciful release to get it out of its pain! And Infinity has decided enough is enough, and they've driven straight into the pit. They released the pit button and went straight into it, which is sensible. Mind you, when you consider the punishment they'd already taken, was that a sensible move? Now look at this, 259 bumping and barging against Infernal Contraption, which is invertible. It means it can run both ways. A lot of robots can these days. There's Aggrobot to the left, that's Infernal Contraption. And it seems to me Infernal Contraption had taken damage, and I wonder if we've seen some sort of plexiglass just thrust across the arena there from 259, ripped away from Infernal Contraption. You can see there some sort of shard has gone from the top of it. Aggrobot in against one of the arena sidewall angle grinders. Yes, you can see there the damage to Infernal Contraption on the top, and there's more now. And it was 259 that came in with that mighty weapon. We heard Adam Clark describing it early on again. I'll tell you what, there's some bruisability in that big spinning wheel. We're not talking about spinning fine lace out of that. We're talking about, metal munching. Infernal Contraption is feeling the pain. There's poor old Infinity down in the pit, and Infernal Contraption wants to get in there with him. Go on, please. Move up, punch up, punch up. I want to get in there as well. Redbot counting them down. Well, the crowd know that it's the end of Infernal Contraption.
Cease.
And they go out, along with Infinity and Aggrobot 3, and the impressive 259 are through. Activate is called. Kim and Michael Davis were concerned about panic attack. They've left the side skirts on. They've left the skirts on. They were talking about removing them. They're left on, and Terrorhurtz is slamming it with the axe, and I don't think panic attack has the maneuverability to get away, and Terrorhurtz is causing damage straight away. At the controls there, John Reed. Look at this, it's systematic. Oh, they are battering panic attack into submission. One blow after another raining down, and Kim cannot do anything about this whatsoever. He knows his machine is sluggish. The metal is being ripped away. The armament, look at that weaponry and power of Terrorhurtz. Certainly one of the most destructive machines we've seen in Robot Wars to Sith Wars. Only 2 seeds thus far. Chaos 2, the number 5, and Stinger, the number 11 seeds, have crashed out of the competition. But Panic Attack here, the number 8 seeds, are in danger of following them. Shunt is in there as well. The Bulldozer looks a little bit tattered. Has a great split in it, do you see? Down comes the axe. This has been one-way traffic throughout this heat final. Well, Panic Attack, off comes the top armour. And now the electronics, the electric motors exposed. Matilda's flywheel causing all the damage there after Terrorhurtz had initially prized that lid loose. They're queuing up. Please, RefBot, count them out. And look at this, almost in reverence to what Panic Attack has been in the past, no one is going in there to create more damage yet. They're counted out. I think he knew it was going to happen, didn't he? Maybe it's time now to completely rebuild Panic Attack. Will he have to? Will the house robots, Shunt and Matilda, totally destroy? The drop zone's being lined up. Surely not for Panic Attack. Have some reverence. That's better. Put it on the floor, flip the crowd. Don't like it. Cruel, nasty, delicious people. Panic Attack from the floor flipper. That'll do, surely. Away it goes. Sturdy, nothing came out from the exposed innards. Still they want the drop zone. Still they call for the drop zone. Oh no! Shunt, how could you? How nasty! How wonderful! What a lovely... Kim's trying to get away. To fight another day. It's too late. Your time is nigh. Oh, we got suspended up there. I'm told it's a washing machine, a household washing machine, to come crashing down on you. Kim Davis and Panic Attack. No! The end. Bang. It's all over now. Intrigued to see the weaponry of Revolution 2 here at its finest, immediately coming crumpling down onto the top of Judge Shred 2.5 with the multiple body panels. There's Thor swapping blows with Anarchy. Thor also has the pincers as well as the hammer. It has the team with the blonde wigs. We also have Judge Shred 2.5 with the judge's wigs. Don't get the two confused. There's Revolution 2, confusing things in a bit of a muddle and a melee. Judge Shred takes a blow there from Thor. Their team, great fun. Also, Anarchy in there with a couple of blows, and they're all having a go at the judge. They're the spinning, rotating weapons of Revolution 2 at 200 miles an hour, top speed, that flailing weaponry. Looks a little bit lightweight in body, though, if someone can get hold and flick it out. Thor almost rocking and rolling from Judge Shred's flipper, but down comes the hammer, stroke axe again. That's Anarchy in trouble in the flame pit, but turning away. The Walker, ponderous, but nonetheless effective. Thor moves back to get the axe down. Judge Shred 2.5 is bearing the brunt of all this. Now, did you see a little flick on Revolution 2? And it was very easily flicked up in the air, I felt. Thor has a bent pincer at the front, but down comes the mighty tall axe hammer once again. This is very even. Very, very even at the moment. Blows are being traded. What's happened here? Judge Shred 2.5 against the arena sidewall, and I wonder, in attacking it, has Revolution 2 immobilised itself? Dead Metal comes out with the saw blade, the sparks beginning to fly, and that armament of Revolution 2, as we heard from Roger Webb and Gordon Anderson, not its strong point. Oh, meanwhile, Judge Shred has been flicked by Anarchy, the top of your picture. Can the judge right itself now? Thor is in attendance. They bash down using the self-righting mechanism, but it hasn't been a great display by Judge Shred 2.5. They fought in Robot Wars Series 4 and in Series 3. They were knocked out of the heats both times. And that was a good attack by Anarchy, a brilliantly designed robot by Mike Franklin, once built a hydrojet-powered surfboard. If you look through the innards there, you can see 8 legs independently walking, but barely a wobble in the movement of Anarchy. It's the first time we've seen a walker in the history of Robot Wars so balanced. I think Revolution 2 is buckling, don't you? It looks in trouble, and it seems to have pinned itself there on the arena floor. Thor inadvertently is released. Judge Shred tries to flick Anarchy, but there you can get a sense of the weight of Anarchy. 170 kilos around about. Revolution, to me, has been immobilised. They're in trouble. Roger and Gordon, and they're being counted. Now, that's a shame, because it was innovative and good fun. But in the end, to get the great weaponry in, it was out of kilter, wasn't it? Out of balance for Robot Wars, and they're out. Revolution 2. So, one of the remaining 3 will join them out. 2 go through, and the judges will have to decide now. Will it be Thor? Will it be Anarchy? We know Revolution 2 have gone. Judge Shred 2.5, depending on a judge's results. Kilos.
2, 1, activate.
Just watch for S3 here. It's the bottom of your picture, left-hand side. Oh, it comes together with Shredder, and one of the weapons of Shredder has shredded itself. They said to me beforehand, it's not a reel-to-reel tape machine. If you think it is, just try and record something. I have recorded something in my notes. Shredder weaponry, USELESS, useless. S3 onto the arena sidewall, comes back into play there with Armadrillo. Down goes the pit. Someone has released seeing Rhubarb pressurized. They're still running. Is Shredder. What can it do, though? It's sort of toothless. It depended on the two wheels coming together. S3's new weaponry is destroying our arena. It is so powerful. It is destroying our arena. We will remember. S3. Sir Chromalot can't quite believe it. Mr. Psycho's come in to have a look. That there waiting gloomily is Rhubarb for destruction from the hammer. And there she blows, quite literally. That hammer comes down at 60 miles an hour. It weighs 30 kilos. You're in trouble when Mr. Psycho's after you. S3 bashes onto the shredder once again. All credit to Paul Hunt and his team, Chris Organ and Sam Jones. They're still running Shredder, and S3 is after them. Meanwhile, Rhubarb's about to be counted out. In the middle of your picture, Armadrillo still going, but that's the end of Rhubarb. I think the newcomers, Joshua Pinto, Lee Simpson and Mark McIntyre, who operates the weapons, couldn't really ever get into play there. So Rhubarb counted out. Mr. Psycho's hammer. Now, did that cause any damage at all to S3? I wonder. The electronics are well protected there. This is a good machine. Only Razer beat them last time. But Mr. Psycho has a mission here, and that's to get S3. Rhubarb's being clawed away to end up in a pit or somewhere. Shredder is still in there. There's Rhubarb being twirled around by Sir Chromalot. We know, of course, they're out of it. Armadrillo, let's see if that's still mobile in the middle of the arena. I'm not too sure. The judges will have a better look than I and the ref bot, of course. Oh, but S3 to me is withstanding all this punishment, you know, from no less than the mighty Mr. Psycho. One of the two new house robots this series, along with Growler. That's the end of poor old Rhubarb. Ended up not in a bowl for tea, but in the pit. And Armadrillo, there goes the ref for a cursory glance. S3 now, in comes the claw of Mr. Psycho. He's tried his hammer, he's trying to pierce the armament of S3. I thought that aluminium armor would be a weak link for S3. I was wrong. And so was the ref bot there. Look, it started to count out Armadrillo, but there is still life in that machine. They are still mobile, just about there. We can see one of the team members of S3, Pete Alsop, driving. Shredder is still mobile. Armadrillo just being slammed by Shredder. If Shredder survives this, so how far can they go in the competition with the weaponry literally bashed, smashed and useless? It goes to a judge's decision, and they've done brilliantly to hang on in there, Shredder. Brilliant sportsmanship from the rest of the Roboteers to put Wild Thing back together again as Dantomkia, the missing link, now returned, comes in, vents off a little bit of steam and immediately is on the attack and looking much more impressive, taking on 13 Black, one of those discs repaired with a little bit of sticky tape, it would seem. Dantomkia very much on the prowl, smashing onto 13 Black, looking to come again. Wild Thing being thrust away. Looking the lightweight of these machines, Wild Thing, at the moment. Reached the first round of the semi-final in Series 5. 13 Black, meanwhile, takes a terrific pounding there. And Wild Thing, they're being crumpled and munched by dead metal. I think Wild Thing's totally out of it, but Dantomkia played a major part with that shove on 13 Black. Then the flick, down it came with a crunch. Wild Thing then drove itself onto the flipper of Dantomkia, and in came dead metal and the sparks flew. The blade is turning, but there's no one at home, Wild Thing. 13 Black, I think, is at its end as well. Dantomkia trying to... Oh! Wild Thing is driven straight into the pit. Dantomkia just pressed the release button. Wild Thing unawares drove themselves onto it. Nick and Isabel Adams have gone out at the semi-final stage of Robot Wars for the 4th time. 13 Black, surely to... How can you smile when you've worked so hard on your machine? What are they doing out there? It's great fun. All that work. Great stuff. In defeat, a smile. And so some sort of dance. Yeah, well, the slogan is spin to win, coined by the Hypnodisc Rose family originally. And the Wild Thing team and the 13 Black Boys heading out of the series semi-final. Beaten twice then in their initial battle in the semi and here in the losers melee. And Dantomkia looks much stronger now, don't you agree? Link back in place, and the full bottle pressure flipper seems to be working. They want the pit, you can hear the crowd crying. I think Dantomkia want 13 Black out of the arena, just as they flipped Mighty Mouse earlier on in the series and Chaos 2. 13 Black wants none of it. And is still mobile and is still a threat with those two spinners. And it's got it underneath Dantomkia. Once again, they're wedged on a grinder. That's the second time we've seen that. Not too clever, is it? So Kilolot's there. Dead Metal briefly. He's retreated to have a run, I think, at Dantomkia. Just away. 13 Black comes in. That's a strong onslaught from 13 Black. When it crosses the arena like that, it's travelling at 20 miles an hour. But he's just left himself broadside on for a Dantomkia shove. And 13 Black goes over yet again. And we've seen, though they claim they're invertible, they can run upside down. It's hardly quick progress. Dantomkia, one or two shoves more. It's going to go to the judges, this. I don't think they'll have too much work to do to decide the winner. Dantomkia or 13 Black? Wild Thing are definitely got. You don't want to get too near Mr. Psycho's hammer blows. Fluffy's weaponry already building up to speed. So too 259's vertical disc. Intriguing this, isn't it? The difference in the weaponry. And immediately Fluffy bashing onto the side panels of 259. And is that a drive belt coming loose there for 259? It certainly seems to be. For me, a drive belt for the wheels. The weaponry still moving. But what has gone wrong? Well, it's not manoeuvrable. Oh, my goodness me. There goes a drive chain. 259's in all sorts of bother here. It was the extreme strength of Fluffy's onslaught. And another massive attack has sent 259 toppling. What ease. They simply thrust 259 aside. You are talking 100 kilos there being flicked almost effortlessly. Look at that, they turn and bang! The impact to the weaponry. Enormous from Fluffy. No way back for 259 there. Its very innards were being ripped out by the second. Look, buckled and bent. The bottom of your screen. Oh, and Mr. Psycho's ready as well. As soon as RevBot counts this out. Come on, Psycho. That's Mr. Psycho to you. Go on, get ready. Bang! Down comes the hammer. The mightiest machine ever in Robot Wars. No, not Adam Clark's 259. I'm talking Mr. Psycho here. Gets ready for another blow. Just bends the metal of 259 and in goes dead metal. A bit of slice and dice. 259, I hope, mercifully, will be put out of its anguish any moment. There's very little of that machine left cohesively joined to another part. This thing's hanging off in everywhere. And down into the pit goes 259. Fluffy worthy winners. A real match for anything that Germany can put up. dramatic way to start Heat 1 of the Sick Wars with the reigning champions, Razer, there at the bottom of your picture, turning to have a go at Brutus Maximus, but chased into the corner by Raging Reality, getting away, spinning once again into the safety of the arena centre. There, the big, ponderous machine, Brutus Maximus, and taking on Razer once again, and Razer trying to get in there on one of the tyres, and what was that being flipped? Wasp went into the air, but look at Razer crushing in here on the tyres of Brutus Maximus, which surely has not long left to survive. Seem to be deflated. There's the team captain of Brutus Maximus trying to get more out of his boy Julius Steiner. Wasp is on its side. Now Razer trying to take on Raging Reality. Back comes Brutus Maximus. Only two survived this first melee. Wasp seems to be out of it. Razer pushing against Raging Reality, which is now caught between a rock and a hard place. In other words, between Razer and Sergeant Bash, but is still trying to gain momentum. Brutus Maximus, we saw there, is still alive, just trundling through the top of the picture, but Razer has control, and a clutch on Raging Reality, and once again going for the vulnerable spot. The tyres with the crushing beak, just saw there the back of Vinnie Blunt's balding head there in the control pod. Sergeant Bash looks on, so does the ref bot. Brutus Maximus a little bit lopsided, but still trundling. Razer's had a go at all of them, it seems to me. Where's Wasp in all this? Oh, overturned, over and out. Over to you, Sir COLOSSUS, I would have thought, for the Wasp boys. We know there's no sting in there. And we know the end of the tail is nigh for Wasp. Buzz off and out of here. And fly away to fight another day. It looks gruesome. Now there's Raging Reality, and a little flip from them on Brutus Maximus. Razer had a look. Brutus Maximus, can they overturn? Wasp, we know, is finished. Oh, look at the shredding, though, of that drill. And there's the pit release button. Down goes the pit. That's been activated out there on the arena. And they want someone to go down in the pit. You see the sparks from the arena sidewalls there? Another one of our weapons. And now you can see Razer in on those bicycle wheels we were telling you about. All along, that was going to be a weak link for Brutus Maximus. Sir COLOSSUS also has a little bit of a feel and a grope. Very unpleasant to think about. So is that washing machine suspended above the arena. It's the ultimate of the arena weapons, the drop zone. More on that later. And a wheel goes into the pit of oblivion. Off Brutus Maximus. 3 wheels left on their wagon. And they know where their journey's going to end. Well, on the flame pit right now. So burnt bicycle wheels. Coming to the arena with wooden bicycle wheels and petrol driven. What were they thinking about? And the ref bot is thinking about the count, and Brutus Maximus from Bradford are heading out. Smiles on their faces, 10 on the clock. They're out, says the crowd. Gone from the 6 Robot Wars battles in this first heat. The mayhem, though, goes on. Razer on Wasp. Down comes that great crushing. You see the holes there? Drilled in Razer. That is to cut down on the amount of weight they have in the arena. Up comes Brutus Maximus, and they're long gone. Raging Reality tossed them out of the arena. I like Raging Reality, Slippy, you know. Seat is caught. Wasp counted out. Rob Williams, Edward Kelly, and Chris Ford, you've gone. And we know now the team's through. Raging Reality and the reigning champions, Razer.
Two, one, activate.
Will the new kid on the block, 259, destroy Wild Thing. Who've been there, done it, put the logo on the back. 259, bunching and bruising into Wild Thing, tossing it over and over and over. Look at this. This is determined destructibility from 259. Dog with a bone there. Wild Thing. Can there be any life left after that sort of formidable onslaught? Well, Nick Adams is very experienced. He's a good driver. And he turns Wild Thing away from the blade onto the side of 259 to hold on there. Holding on for grim death, really. Stay away from that spinning flywheel. Oh, has the wheel stopped? Wild Thing got away from that sort of bashing and bruising, and then the spinning wheels seemed to stop. Now this could be absolutely decisive, because without that wheel, what has 259 got? At the moment he's running away, to be honest. He's pressed the pit release button, Adam Clark, and now it becomes very cagey, and I wonder who's got the extra thrust and shove. 259 weighs in at 100 kilos, Wild Thing 97. But Wild Thing, piggybacking up on 259, has turned this battle on its head there. I don't know whether it was by design or luck, which is what Nick Adams said they'd need at the start of this show. And certainly 259's weapon being immobilised has played into Wild Thing's favour. Now it becomes a real tug of war. Wild Thing pushes 259 back onto the flame pit. This is real nip and tuck now. Oh, and do you see the belt there, right in the arena centre? That's Adam Clark's weaponry drive belt that's come off. So no wonder that big old circular disc is no longer spinning, and Nick Adams looks on. Wild Thing has come right back into this after 259's destructive onslaught early on. Now is Wild Thing still going? Can Adam Clark yet turn this battle, or is his machine finished? I think 259 is immobilised. There's the belt. I think it is finished. Well, this is a major upset. For me, Wild Thing will go through. Bigger brother. Only Razer stopped them last time. BEHEMOTH getting the front bucket scoop though. Oh, into action very early on, and Bigger brother's in trouble in the CPZ. Oh, brilliant self-righting. Magnificent stuff from Ian Watts driving. What a quick flip Bigger brother has. Very deft, nippy across the arena, spinning a zero-turning circle. Over it goes again. Rights itself 96 kilos in weight, BEHEMOTH 4 kilos heavier, with the waspish yellow and black stripes. But Bigger brother just waiting. It's time to come in with a side attack, because he knows he can get in underneath BEHEMOTH's 3-centimetre yawning ground clearance and drive BEHEMOTH against the arena side walls. Is he going to go out? The pit depress button has been released. BEHEMOTH's in trouble now. What a great fight. This is it. Piggyback, and down you go. Oh, what a good battle that was. And Ellie and Joe Watts and Dad Ian can celebrate. Oh, the Pritchard boys and Kane Aston did well. A much better machine. But when they got in underneath, waited their moment and flicked BEHEMOTH up, it was always going to be in trouble. Up it went. Bigger brother clamped, drove on, and dumped them. Whatever happens to the Sir Chromalot team, they are great value, great fun, great showmen. And Stephen Ray, it would be great to see your machine down the pit. And I see you can see no longer. Boggle-eyed, they are no more. GBH is turned over. The Alien has started well. GBH has righted in flamboyant style. This is a terrific melee so far. ICU back in the action, though sightless, but of course those eyes are only boggling for effect. The Alien right in there, and Sir Chromalot in the thick of it as well. They've never really lived up to their sheen and preen. Sir Chromalot, can they do it this time? The Alien self-right. There's a spinning hammer at the back. I couldn't pick a winner out of these four so far. Very, very close. I see you there onto the arena sidewall, depressing the pit release button. Almost inadvertently, they were shoved onto it. ICU's axe comes out. Sir Chromalot is flipped over. Can they survive? Oh, yes. I love taking on Ray Tate. Looked mean and merciless, didn't he? Wouldn't like to cross him up there in that pod. Look at ICU. This is one of the closest melees we've had in Robot Wars, the 6th war so far. It is brilliant. Shunt comes out with the axe down on ICU, who also a little twitch of its own axe. There you can see the back of Steve Merrill, designer, builder, driver of Sir Chromalot. He runs a video company. ICU comes back in with its own axe going down. There's the alien right at the heart of it as well with its own weaponry. Look at that! Shremek of GBH2. I'll be back, it says on the underside of ICU. I'm not too sure whether they'll be back from that though. Can ICU right themselves 96 kilos? Don't think you will be. Meanwhile, right at the heart of the picture, GBH2 is still trying to create more mayhem. The ref bot comes across ICU, could be the first to fall. Then who knows, it may be a judge's decision to decide who else goes through. Steve Merrill looks on. The ref bot about to count out. ICU, no more. They've gone. So, who else will fall? Sir Chromalot, GBH2 or the alien? ICU into the CPZ for the final rights. The alien has a grip on Sir Chromalot. GBH2 with an enormous shove came in there. ICU's hopes tattered. Sir Chromalot trying to self-right. Look there at the dent. Did you see it? In the truck wheel hub there. And I think Sir Chromalot, this has been their best Robot Wars for me. Are teetering on the brink of oblivion. No, they could have self-righted just in time. GBH comes in with another slam. Time is ticking down, of course. ICU's first appearance in Robot Wars has ended with them being counted down and out, but not with a final flourish from the floor flipper, of course. Bang and crash. With another little piece of an eye come off there. Sir Chromalot. Top left, there you've got the big GBH2. Little dome on top of the racing car effect, and it has been fast, it has been nippy. Could take on Le Mans there. You can see Growler at the bottom of your picture. The House Robots coming in, I think. Sir Chromalot's overturning the CPZ. Growler's going to dump ICU in the pits. Gone not in a trice, but in a pool of smoke, and Shunt just came in to have a look. Sir Chromalot desperately trying to self-right the CPZ. I think the clock's going to help them. I think they're going to be counted to a judge's decision. They are with GBH2 and the alien. The judges will have to decide. Brilliant battle. So close.
Two, one, activate.
Already there you can see the arena floor spinner in action and the spinning machine that is Warhog. In a little bit of trouble already. Comengetorix's axe comes down on S.M.I.D.S.Y. Once previously reached a heat final, it was in the last Wars, Robot Wars, the 5th Wars. Have they improved again, S.M.I.D.S.Y? Warhog again taking some punishment. We're seeing there the Comengetorix team from behind. Now a little flip from St. Agro, opening up the jaws of its flipper. Wonderful shirts, great design, the boys from Cornwall. Can they go through? Now we're seeing Comengetorix in action once again, using the big lifter against the arena sidewall. Warhog! And the arena sidewall is literally in splinters. That was the spinner of Warhog, pressurized, that did that damage there. Comengetorix with the big 100-kilo shove. Warhog again slams against the arena sidewall, so we know the destructibility of that spinning disc. And the blade, we know how heavy it is, but is it fully under control? St. Agro has activated that pit release. I wonder who's going to go down. Warhog, to me, seems out of control. Oh, piggyback! Lifted up on S.M.I.D.S.Y. Where's he going to go from there? Splendid stuff. S.M.I.D.S.Y took him for a ride. Down comes Warhog once again. Warhog's totally out of control out there in the arena. S.M.I.D.S.Y doing some damage. Controls, who needs them when we've got fun like this? Comengetorix slamming back into the CPZ. What is going on out there? Do they know? I don't know. Come on, boys, get a grip. Growler certainly will. Comengetorix against the arena sidewall seems to have impaled itself with its axe. Growler thinks so. Is having a little bit of a nudge. Well, who's Who's under control? Who's still alive here? I'll have to ask Craig. I have not got the faintest idea. Comengetorix has certainly caught its own axe. Oh, it's now frayed and he's got into the pit. No! Very nearly. Ooh, and the crowd. Dear, Warhog's almost gone in, and now finally St. Agro's bitten the dust and they've gone in. Ah, dear, oh dear. Well, Warhog's still out there, I think. S.M.I.D.S.Y is pushing it into the CPZ. Shunt's axe comes down. This is great stuff. Look at the eyes of Warhog. Comengetorix is still there as well. Certainly S.M.I.D.S.Y has done brilliant work for me once again. S.M.I.D.S.Y knocked out of the heats 3 times in the past. Can they go one step further this time? Warhog's been great value, although I'm not too sure the judges will agree with me if it goes to a judge's decision against the sideboard again. I love the eyes and the tusk and the nose out there, Warhog. Did it ever really know what it was doing? Growler backs in. Warhog piggybacking again on S.M.I.D.S.Y. Trying to take a ride through to the later stages. It's not going to work, boys. Go on, S.M.I.D.S.Y, get rid. Wait, oh no! S.M.I.D.S.Y would have got in the pit there, surely by itself. Very delicate driving by the S.M.I.D.S.Y team, Mick Reed's team there. Warhog's almost gone. Surely it's trying to piggyback its way out of the pit, but it's gone. Surely. Oh, it was brilliant. That's one of the greatest battles ever. What effect will the spinning blade at the front of Tornado have? Already on the attack, on Razer, and Razer! On the backward step, it seems! On the back foot, Razer, or are they? They've come and grappled Tornado's extended frame! That frame necessary to support that mighty horizontal spinning disc. Razer has stopped the disc starts flying again. Razer has that extra front claw bit to the beak to try and stop the spinning disc. But for me, Razer's extra weaponry seems to be bent and buckled. And is it flapping in the wind? It grapples with Tornado again. What a final! For Robot Wars, the Sick Wars, intrigue, mystery, suspense. Razer trying to grab hold. Refbot, get out of there if I was you. Shunt involved as well. It's all going off in the arena, I can tell you. Tornado's blade has been silenced and stopped there, but it's pushing into Razer. Razer bows its beak forward, but it can't get to the very heart of Tornado because Tornado has protected itself with that framework. Look at this. Forget the Tornado spinning blade. We didn't see this happening. The framework has stopped Razer's attackability. Brilliance from the Tornado team. Can Razer respond? Do you know, I think that little hook thing on the edge of the beak is to try and get at Tornado and lift up the framework, but Razer aren't going to get a chance, are they? Because Tornado slams and bangs. In comes Tornado again. Is this the end of an era? Is this the end of the Razer reign as champions of the UK? They are being smashed into submission. They cannot get away from the arena sidewalls, and the red bot comes in, and all of a sudden, the clock takes on a lurid and awful hue if you are a fan of Razer. They cannot get themselves released. They are pegged in there, and Tornado, systematic in its pressure, in its desire, and in its drive. Finally, Razer is released. There, do you see the little hook? I think it was intended to get in underneath that framework, but Razer's game plan has not worked, and Tornado's has. Right from the start of the series, they boasted of the interchangeable weaponry. We've seen a pusher. We've seen the little spinning disc. We've seen a front grab, and now we've seen the mighty spinning blade. And Tornado is finally pushed back by Razer, but is it too little? Is it too late? What a final this is. What heart Razer has. The sparks of dead metal fly onto the wings of Razer. Can they lift themselves and yet turn this battle around. They're trying to claw Tornado, trying to gain some purchase, but Tornado with that four-wheel drive, again, driving them back into the CPZ, pushing them into shunts, as it comes down. Razer and Ian Lewis know they've got a real fight now to retain their crown. Shunt lifted, Razer bashes down. They simply can't get at Tornado's machinery. They can't get at the exposed tyres with the beak. Vinny Bloodlet's concerned. Razer now trying to build up momentum for another attack. How can they get beyond that latticework frame? They can't get into the heart of the matter. They can't get into the eye of the storm that is Tornado. Razer trying to force its way back into the final. You heard the pit release button being activated. Finally, Razer has lifted Tornado. Can they take them to the arena sidewall and push them out? It must be their only hope this late on. Tornado's weight, a huge factor here. Oh, that they can't get them down the pit. Look at that, it's an anti-pit device as well. An APD, we have never seen one before. We've heard about them, we have never seen an APD until now. And there it is. It goes to the judges, what innovation and what drama. Certainly, Tornado think they've done enough. Or have they? Because I'm hearing that the Razer boys believe Tornado were suspended in the pit. Not above it, but in the pit. That's one for the judges to mull over. More twists and turns than an Agatha Christie.